Yo, 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 what up, doe? Welcome to another episode of the usual Henspec. Today is February 9th, 2026, and we are leading into the weekend of the NBA All-Star weekend. And it's going to be a good, exciting one, I'm sure. It looks like there may be some excitement added to the NBA dunk contest, if I read correctly somewhere. Matt McClung is replacing an injured Stephon Castle in the dunk contest. So maybe he's going for maybe the fourth or fifth straight dunk contest championship or winner. That's going to be interesting. Aside from the All-Star weekend, because I got later in the week to talk about that, let's talk about the Detroit Pistons visiting the Charlotte Hornets, who are streaking hot right now, right? They are doing their thizzle. And apparently they have a young big that is pretty energetic on the court. Let's see. And it looks like everybody is getting to the healthy end for them, and they have found something. Maybe in their camaraderie. They got the Rook Canupo over there, right? Doing his thing. So, there's a lot of not knowing any better. All I know how to do is ball energy over there. And then you got LaMelo Ball, right? Miles Bridges, that's always dependable for him if he plays. I'm not sure if he's playing. But he's become pretty versatile, right? And maybe they got tired of, being a bit dysfunctional looking. I'm not saying they were dysfunctional, but from a distance, it looked that way internally. Something clicked. The new year turned, something was discovered, and it clicked. And they are riding on that high right now. And so it's going to be a nice test for the Detroit Pistons, especially the game inside the paint. That's going to be interesting. Seeing what our bigs do with the opportunity that we have in front of us. Let me make sure, because I am cooking something. Let me make sure that it is done and I have it off. I don't want to get too caught into this and overcook. So give me a hot second. Sure enough, I still had something on very low, and it was pretty much perfect. So good thing I checked it. And I feel like that might be a sign of how we need to approach this game, making sure that we are paying attention to some of the small details, especially as this game progresses. Who knows how it's going to be down the stretch. It's just that it could be where it turns into a loss if we aren't crossing our T's and dotting our I's. Just like climbing a mountain, if you're not mindful of every single step that you make, that cliff hanging in the mode of desperation can become real. Watch the spacing on the floor. Make sure it's nice and open for us. And make sure we're taking on the challenge of, if we're in space on defense, making it a bit difficult for whoever's handling the ball if they have a tendency to get to the rack, or if they have a tendency to get you unbalanced and step back. Be mindful of that, especially on the side of the floor that you'll be on, or if it's at the top of the key. Know those guys' tendencies. And this is going to be a good opportunity for that. The mindset is the mock playoff run. We had to play in and we lost that game, and that was to the Washington Wizards. And so every series that we're just going to go down, we're going to be down 0-1 starting it, because the count is 4 games at a time. So that one play-in game, mock play-in game, counted towards the actual series when it comes to the amount of games played, and we only got 4. So the goal, if we not winning them 4-0, is to get to the point of 3-1, and that fourth game, because every series is going to start, 0-1. So that fourth game that we're playing in the series, if we don't close out at up 3-1, we lose 4-3. So that's going to be interesting. You don't close out being up 3-1, you lose that game. It's not 3-2, it's 4-3, and you lost the series. Because that means you dropped the momentum. So this is a chance to go up 2-1. Because then it'd be something else if we go down 1-2, right? We're gonna go down. It's gonna be a 1-3 lead for the other team, and we got to win the next two to even the series, right? That's how it's gonna go. So 1-1, you lose that game, you're down 3-1, and all you could do is get back and make it a game 7 at that point. Get the series back to 3-3. If you're up 3-1 and you lose that game, you lose 4-3. And that's the mindset. The goal is to not go down in the series. The goal is to not shoot ourselves in the foot. And by some random chance, if it's one of those amazing 3-point shooting nights, somebody, shoots 80% from the field on all 3 levels or something like that, it gets over 20 shots up, it's going to have to be one of those type of miraculous games for us to take a loss. And so that's what it is that I would like to see happen, is that sort of a miracle has to happen to stop us from being who we are. And that's not going to be something that we're not prepared for either. We've even sustained in the last year, Anthony Edwards going for 50, and we took the win, right? He went for 50 in the loss. So keep that in mind. Definitely have fun, and drive forward through this week as it leads into the All-Star weekend. I look forward to seeing the game in whatever format I catch it, and I'll holla. Deuces.